I'm Adrienne, and welcome back to Dessert Devotion. How have you been? It's so good to be with you, and I can't wait to share with you a new dessert recipe and an inspiring devotional. Today we're going to bake a sour cream pound cake. This recipe starts by creaming 2 sticks of room temperature butter. Once your butter gets to that mayonnaise consistency, you're ready to slowly add in 3 cups of sugar. Then I'll add 6 eggs, one at a time. Then 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I'm going to scrape down my bowl here. Now I'm ready to add my 3 cups of flour and 8 ounces of sour cream. I like to add a little bit of the flour, then add my sour cream, and then finish with the rest of my flour. Now I'm ready to add my nice thick batter to a 16-cup Angel Food or tube pan. And I've pre-sprayed this pan with Baker's Joy. Then I've cut out wax paper to line the bottom of the pan and even sprayed on top of that to make sure this cake doesn't stick when I flip it over. Knock out any air bubbles. I'm going to bake this on 325 for about 50 minutes. Okay, so now that our cake is in the oven, let's settle in for a time of devotion. I want to start out by reading Ephesians 5:15 through 16, where it says, "Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, but wise, making the best use of the time because the days are evil." Can I tell you that it took me weeks to bake this cake? You know how it is. You get to the weekend and you say you're going to do something, but you find yourself being so busy. And let me tell you, the weekend that I set apart, right, to bake this cake, it was no different. I had a million things I could be doing, but this was the 3rd time that my son asked me to bake him a pound cake. It's his favorite cake. And so with the church potluck coming up, I was like, you know what? This is the weekend that I'm going to do it. Now, I was busy, but I stopped doing some things so that I could do this thing. When we reflect on our time, we should look at our time as a precious gift. So many times we just take our time for granted, and to me that is the only way that we manage to waste it, to stuff it too full of things, to push all these kinds of unrealistic expectations on the time. Sometimes we have to step back and remember that God has called us to be wise with the time that only God can give us. And ask ourselves, are we doing things during the day that are draining us? Are we saying yes more than we should? And instead, do you find yourself thinking, I would love to have more time too? Well, guess what? Stop it, okay? You do have time to do the things that are most important to you, to the things that matter. But you are going to have to make some choices. Every once in a while, be in prayer and inventory. How am I using the time that God has given me? Am I mindlessly giving out this time to people who don't even care about me? Am I mindlessly giving away this time, or am I using it as a gift every day and using it for the things that pour into me, that pour into my church, that pour into my family, that pour into my community? Am I doing it in a way that God would look at that and say, yes, that is wise. That is a wise way to use the gift that I have given you. Amen. When you pull this cake fresh out of the oven, you will be glad that you took the time to make it. Y'all, time is a God-given gift. Let's use it wisely. And thanks for spending your time with me today. For more sweet devotionals, check out my website at dessertdevotion.com.